What is going on, everybody? This is Oliver Twixt here, your nerd boy cutie, reporting for duty, here to do the Lord's work once again. And I am happy to announce I am finally on Camille. Listen, y'all aggravated those people. They sent me the invite, and I have happily accepted. So you bitches can now book the nerd for some birthday shout-outs, words of encouragement, anniversary, Christmas, Halloween, Hanukkah, Easter, Chinese New Year, all the things. I cannot wait to greet you guys. What is going on, y'all? Our video is about to begin in a couple of seconds. Before it does, jump over to the live chat that's happening right now, where you can talk to me and some of our other friends all around the world about the things we love to talk about. I want to see you in there. Hurry up right now. What's going on, everybody? Who's calling me? Happy Monday. Hey, friends. Happy Monday. I'm over here drinking me some celery juice because we are about to get into the things of the things. Listen, we are almost 2 years into this thing. We gotta do something special. Something special. I think I did my first chat in August 2020, and it's now April 2022. April, May, June, July, August. 4 more months, and we can celebrate 2 years. I just want to say thank you all for supporting me and my content. Like, this has been an amazing journey. An amazing journey. Y'all, we be in magazines. We be in newspaper articles. We be in movies. We be in a lot of stuff right now. And I just want y'all to know that it's because of y'all. Like, the top model fans out there who have just supported this little black gay boy living his little fantasy. I appreciate it. And I'm glad that you guys are here with me, enjoying the ride. And now for all that, today we are talking to Bethanny from America's Next Top Model, Cycle 2. I'm always so excited to talk to the early outs and people who weren't there for a long time because they be having the most tea. I mean, wouldn't you all agree? Listen, look at what just happened with my chat with Bo Quillian. I kept feeling like I was saying his name wrong because my brain wanted to say Boo, but I'm like, his name is not Boo, it's Bo. Look at Bo. Look at I don't know, so many other people who went early, but they came, and I'm so excited to be talking to Bethanny. We've been trying to get this plan for a long time, and so I'm so happy that we can finally convene as one to discuss the things of the things. I love her Instagram name. The first Instagram name I remember. Wham Glam, thank you, ma'am. Period. Hi!
Oliver!
How are you?
I should have known better. I knew he wasn't going to behave. As soon as we got on, I knew he was going to start barking.
Hi, little baby. Where's the dog? Hi.
Anything that moves by that door, he's going to bark. I may have to put him in my bedroom, but we'll see how he behaves the rest of the time. But anyways, I'm so glad to finally get on with you.
I'm so happy to speak to you, too. It's been a long time coming.
You are the cutest, I swear. I love it. I had to, rewatch the, 2 shows that I was on. I was like, wait, I don't even remember it was so, obviously, it was a while back, but I kind of just, afterwards, I just kind of moved on like nothing happened. It was the weirdest thing. I really haven't even talked to anybody. Actually, my niece just found out that I was on the show. She's like, that is so cool. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no. But it's interesting, yeah.
Oh my God. So you know what? I think this light is going to do this. Hold on. Do you want to put up your dog while I like reconnect my light to a different
Yeah,
outlet?
actually, perfect. Let's
Yeah,
do
let's
that.
do that.
Well, you're not going to sing for us, though?
What'd you say?
You're not going to sing for us, though?
We
I'm
are
just kidding.
so
I'm just
young.
kidding. Okay. You go do your thing.
We were hear the whistle singing. Oh, look at the dog! Oh, that's so cute. Anything to say. You are so in my heart. Ooh. Yeah. I think it's like that is the perfect song. I feel like it's just the perfect intermission song ever in life.
Okay. Just kidding. He's fast. All right, we got him in there. We'll see if he'll be here for a little bit.
Okay, so how many years has it been for you?
Was 17, 18? I know, I was trying to count the other day. Don't get me counting. I think it's like 17 or 18 years. I want to say it was like 2004. What year are we in? 2022? Yeah. Lord. But yes, a long time ago.
How does it feel to be a part of something that people are still talking about?
Well, it's funny. I didn't even realize until I was watching some of your interviews that there was like a resurgence during quarantine. I had no idea that it like had another comeback. But no, I mean, it's neat, I guess.
It's neat. So you were on cycle 2, which like the cycle after everyone found out about this show.
Right.
Idol model. What made you audition for the show?
We are like the OG crew. Because I thought I was like all that. I don't know. It was so stupid, that 21-year-old thinking, you know, like, we got this, we can do this. I mean, I had done some very small stuff, nothing obviously to the scale of this, but, you know, I mean, I was with Paige Parks for a long time and had done some runway in New York and just some small things, nothing major. Oh, he's mad. He's mad.
Ooh.
Bro, hush.
How old is he?
He's like 4.
Oh.
No, I'm lying. He's 5. So he still thinks he's like a teenager, I guess, in like dog years, whatever that is. So yeah, he's got a little attitude. He is actually the sweetest dog, but it's like he knows the second I get on the phone, it's like he wants to start yapping, and I guess it's just our ceilings are so tall, it just echoes. It's so piercing. But anyways, enough about him.
She just does stuff when she knows I'm busy. I'm like,
right?
Playing.
What? Oh, hey, there's that light. There you go.
It's gonna keep failing. It's okay. It's gonna be lights on off. It's okay.
Oh my gosh! But what were we talking about? Sorry, I got sidetracked with his barking.
Why you auditioned for cycle 2?
Oh yeah. I just, you know, I saw the first show. I thought it was a really neat experience, and I was just, you know, it would just seem like a fun thing to do. And so, yeah, I did. And I actually almost missed the cutoff date sending in the paperwork. I actually had to go like to the actual UPS big center in Houston, which is massive. I will never be there again, honestly. I mean, who would go there? And I had to actually flag down an 18-wheeler truck to give him my paper. I'm like, please get this dated today and get this to them. And the sweetest driver. And he was like, yeah, absolutely, I'll take it. And I was thinking, oh, Lord. He's gonna toss it in the trash as soon as I drive off. But I guess it got there. So, and then of course they called back, and then there was like, I don't even know, like 6 more rounds. There was a lot of rounds. I don't remember how many there were, but I know there was one local Houston. I think there was one in Dallas, and then I think it was LA. So maybe 4 actually. I don't know. There was a lot of rounds, but so we got through obviously. So that was good.
What's your ethnic makeup?
It's funny. A lot of people ask me that. And, it's not anything you would think. It's like it's like Irish, English, Scottish. I don't know, some other stuff. French. I hear Latin sometimes. People think there's some Latin sometimes.
Oh,
Is that what
that's
you were thinking?
odd.
Yeah. No, I think that's probably just where I grew up. A little bit of,
Yeah. Okay. So you get the call back. You're one of the semifinalists, and you say,
Mhm.
doing this, okay. And I'm gonna, like Tyra Banks says, just find my light. I'm gonna find it. And so you walk into this competition thinking, what? I'm gonna win. I'm gonna become famous. I'm going to have a platform to do what I want to do. What did you think?
Well, and it's interesting because we got to remember that there wasn't really social media back then. So,
Okay.
to really have it just seemed fun. And yeah, I thought we all really had a chance. Hindsight, I don't think that was the case at all. I don't think any of us had a chance. I think it was, trying to think how to say, I think it was already chosen. And
Oh,
I think it was chosen right. I mean, I don't think it was a bad choice. Joanna, I think, should have won. Absolutely. She was wholeheartedly there. She was stunning. I mean, in person, she is, anywhere, the girl is stunning. I mean, you can't get around that. But, she made some major lifestyle changes. I mean, she was all in. I mean, while we were all at the grocery store the one time they allowed us to go, I'm looking for SpaghettiOs, right, in New York. I don't think they had them there. She's over there getting organic blueberries and soy milk. And I mean, she was in it. And I remember thinking, wow, that's some dedication. But, of course, I'm still going to go look for my SpaghettiOs and whatever, ramen noodles, whatever I was looking for. But she was very dedicated and she should have won. But no, I do think it was, pre-selected. And I think furthermore, I think everyone that was on the show was selected for a character, I guess, a purpose, a role, which I get. I mean, I get for television. That's that's what people want to see. I mean, they want exciting stuff. They don't want to see a bunch of duds up there, And so I get it. On the other hand, I wish we I guess you really can't win in that situation. I wish we would have known, because honestly, I think if they would have just said, hey, look, we want you to play this role, I guarantee you, all of us would probably be like, okay, cool, we'll do it. But then at least we knew what we were doing and that we weren't being set up. I mean, that's kind of how it felt. It felt like we were all being set up, and that, to give a bunch of girls false hope, I guess, was really what was upsetting to me, I think, after the fact. And I caught on to that pretty quickly. I want to say almost the first moment stepping on to the show. I mean, I think I really kind of was seeing some things that didn't quite add up. I didn't quite put it all together at the time, but.
Like what?
The way that they would separate people, and then okay. They go long spans without allowing you to eat. And, you're sitting around waiting all day for things. It was very unorganized, but again, we were the second show. So I think there was a lot of kinks to work out. I don't think they really had a clue about what they were doing on some of the things. I think they learned a lot from the first season. Now, this is my opinion, of course. And I think, which is where the pre-selection came from. I think they had some issues with the first winner. And so they were like, well, let's try to avoid that in the second season, which would make sense from a business standpoint. But just the way that they would pose me, I think that first photo shoot, I will never live that picture down. I swear. I hate that picture. I hate that picture so much. I hate it. But the way that they would pose me, and I was very aware of my body. I know, like I said, I've done, some small modeling stuff, and I was very aware of my body. I was aware how to stand and pose and how to, and that I had, a larger chest. God, I hate to even bring that up because that's all that they put in the show. Just like how they kind of hammered on Shandy for Walgreens. I feel like that's what they hammered. And I didn't, at the time, I was like, I don't remember ever saying it that much, but it's like they put a few times, and then, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. But anyways, they ask you questions and they want you to repeat the question and then answer the question. And that's standard business. But they're asking me these questions about it. So then, of course, I'm repeating that question about it, which they're talking about my chest. And of course, they pull that snippet out. It was really just my first experience with editing, I guess, and how they could really, it is reality. I mean, we did do the things that we did. We did say the things that we did. It was just kind of the order that it went in and how it was done and kind of the situations they would put you in to, you know, create tension and drama. I mean, that's, you know, I mean, I think that's pretty well known throughout the reality television world is that, you know, they set things up to create interest, I guess. So, and then just the way they were posing me and the way they were staring me, and they actually went, they could tell that I wasn't really following too much direction. I was for what they wanted, but anybody who has a chest, okay, knows that you don't stand with your arms wide open and up, you know, and so was like, that's just gonna, you know, lift and separate everything. And they just had this one prop for me, and it was an apple. And I, you know, I could work that. I was able to, you know, the other hand was down, so everything wasn't just like, but then they realized that they weren't getting what they wanted. They went and got these two things to hang off my arms, which force you to kind of like, you know, but that wasn't a part of my original costume. So you could see them kind of running around trying to find little things to kind of, you know, create their show, I guess, what they wanted. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, there were little things. At the time, it just seemed weird. And then afterwards, it was like, oh, okay. It all makes sense now. It all, you put all the little pieces together. You know how they say it, hindsight's 20/20. So, but, you know, I was actually glad at the time, I was pissed. Don't get me wrong, I was mad. But after the fact, I was like, you know what? I was glad I left early. I didn't want to give them any more footage of me to manipulate and do whatever they wanted to. You had enough. I think, if I remember correctly, I think they actually called back. I think they called everybody back for cycle 2 to come on Tyra's show, talk show or whatever. And I just wasn't having it. I was like, I'm not giving y'all any more, anything else to manipulate. You got what you need. We're good. I'm good. So I think a couple girls did go back, actually. I don't think it went very well.
Oh my God, that is a mouthful you just gave us.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You are fine. I'm living for it. The people are living for it. You are fine.
Oh my God.
I think this is the perfect time for me to do the folks' favorite part of the interview, which is A&T and roll call.
Yeah.
Yes! I named everyone who was cast and recycled, the contestants, the other on-screen talent, and judges. And you, Beth, are going to tell me the first thing that comes to your brain. And I truly want the first thing, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Are you ready?
Hold on, let me breathe for a second. My husband had a talk with me about this, trying to be the bigger, he's like, be the bigger person. And I'm trying right now. Whew. We're not sure how this is going to go, but we're going to go.
Yeah, let's do it. So the first on the list is the first girl out for cycle 2, Anna.
Sweet. No, I mean, I have nothing. She was such a sweetheart, honestly. I have nothing but good things to say about her. She appeared exactly how she was. I don't think there was anything. She was done right by the show. Okay. And I actually follow her. We still follow each other and talk a little bit here and there. I mean, obviously, we're not besties or anything, but you know, I like her. She's cool.
I've spoken to her several times. I'm just waiting for the day where she's like, yes, we can do it. She's told me yes. But people are busy and whatnot, but I would love to have her on.
I was going to ask, because I think by the way, you have the best followers, like seriously, or family. I don't know what you want to call them, but
friends over here, they're dope.
They are. No, seriously, they are so amazing. They've like reached out to me just since our first one we were supposed to do, or second one, I don't know. But one of them just told me, he's like, yeah, I think there's only 4 that haven't done it from your season. And I thought that was amazing. I was like, wait, let me guess. I bet it's Katie, Heather, Xiomara, and Anna.
Yes, those are the ones I have remaining.
So what's up? So you've reached out to Anna.
So Anna, I've spoken to. Like, I've actually spoken to Anna multiple times. One day it's gonna happen.
She's a Southern sweetheart.
Okay, and then Xiomara, I haven't spoken to her yet.
Okay.
Katie, I haven't gotten to Katie yet either. And then who was the other person?
Heather.
And Heather. I've spoken to Heather. Heather
Oh,
told me, I think Heather told me no, that she didn't want to do it. But she loved watching them. But I think Heather told me no. I think.
Aw. I think she should. I think she could. Not that she has anything to redeem, but I think she could. Anyways, I think she could shed some light on some things too. So that's interesting. Okay, all right. I was curious about that. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, roll call.
Look at you asking the questions. You better.
I know. I turned the tables on you.
I loved it. Next on the list is Heather.
Okay, Heather. No, I thought she was so, precious. She was 18. I can't imagine. Let's face it, I was an a-hole. Like, I was an a-hole. I was 21. We all thought we were just, knew everything, all that. So I can imagine going on at 18 and how I would have. I'm sure watching yourself back on television is like awkward, so cringe. Oh my, you're like, did I really make those faces? Do I really sound like? Do I say that? How annoying! Like, why do I do those things? It is the most bizarre experience I think I've ever had. Honestly, watching yourself on television is so weird. But anyways, you learn a lot. You learn a lot. And hopefully you learn a lot and move on from it and grow from it. But no, I thought I felt bad for her. I did it. She was very homesick, and I knew that. She was actually she was one of my roommates. I'm trying to think who else was. It's awful. Anyways, Heather Samara, I think, and I don't know. That's awful. I should remember that. But anyways, no, I liked her. I thought she was just young, we all were. But I liked her.
Next on the list is Janasha. I actually met Janasha.
You did. I saw the interview. But you were gonna go see her. Did you act like in person? Oh, you did.
Yep.
Oh, but wait, didn't she give you a wrong address?
She gave me. She did. She actually did. No, I was actually lost in Seattle for like 15 minutes. Actually was.
Oh, that's great. That's awful. That's great. And no, she was funny. I know she was not a huge fan of me, and I get it. She was just really funny. I think everybody kind of hit that, nail on the head. She had a big sense of humor. I think she even said that it was kind of a defense mechanism or something, or which you could tell. There's sometimes where you get awkward, and I tend to do the same things. I tend to just laugh awkwardly when I'm uncomfortable, but she would make jokes, and that's fine. I think that's, better than some other people's defense mechanisms. So she was okay with me. Yeah.
Next on the list is Cito Moore.
I don't think she got enough credit. She, here's the thing. She did have a very different look, but I think that's what made her so amazing. But from her point of view, I could see how being around a bunch of women, and you were definitely kind of she had that very edgy, different. Every girl that was on there was beautiful, by the way. Let me just put that up front. In their own ways, and I think that's beautiful. But she was, I looking back at the time, I don't think I quite realized all this. But then watching the show, obviously afterwards, I was like, I could see how uncomfortable she was, kind of, as far as like fitting in. Although I think not fitting in was actually her biggest plus. I thought that was. That's what made her so special. But I liked her. She was fun. She was raw. She was honest. She kind of told you like it was, and I appreciate that. I like people like that. I don't like the, you're always guessing what they're thinking or what's really going on, or are you just saying this to me and saying something else, to other people. But she was very much what you see is what you get. I loved her. I wish she would come on.
Me too.
I would love to see her. I would love to see her point of view on things. But yeah.
Next on
Chicago. What's the tea? Y'all have been begging for the nerds to come shake Chi-Town up, and I am officially touching down in your city, babies. hosted by myself, the head nerd in charge, and renowned photographer Blake Martin. We are bringing you our first ever Body Party Smoke and Paint event, the 420 edition with a nude model painting experience. It's all going down Sunday, April 24th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tickets are only $25 and include all your paint supplies, a shot of alcohol, and an edible on us. Feel free to bring your own bottle as well as your own enchanted grass, honey. Go to www.bodypartyshy.eventbrite.com to get your ticket while supply lasts. Chicago, I'm doing this for you, so come on out and Tootsie Roll with the nerd. See you there. Bye.
Katie, again, like Heather. I mean, she was very young. Well, I say very young. I mean, she was young, but she was sweet. I did hear what the other girls were saying about her. I would say I somewhat agree with that. There was definitely, and I don't know if this was with just her being young and her knowing her family's going to see. I feel like there was I don't know this to be true, so I probably shouldn't say, but guess what? I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like she was very sweet on the surface, and she was sweet. I mean, not like that wasn't true, but there was definitely another side to her when the cameras went off or, when nobody else was watching. So I feel like there was a little bit of struggle there internally, but that is also that age where you're trying to figure out who you are and what's really, you're just becoming an adult but you're still kind of a kid. So I felt like there's still some attachments to the parents and which I mean, everybody has attachments to their parents. I mean, if you have a good home life, I guess. But I felt like there's definitely a little bit of a show being put on at times. But I mean, do what?
I said you felt like it was slightly performative.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I don't think in a bad, I mean, I think she was just protecting her image from her home. Mm-hmm. I mean, not like it was, look at me, I'm like insinuating. It sounds, to me, it came off like when I just said that out loud, I'm like, wait a minute, it sounds like I'm like, her home was crazy. Uh-huh. She didn't want to get, I don't think it was that. I think she just, she was the sweet girl from wherever she was. And then it was like behind the scenes, she's, talking crazy and, smoking cigarettes when she wouldn't do that. And she also had breast augmentation too. So I thought that was interesting that would never, that wasn't an issue for her, but that was an issue for me. And these were kind of the little things that I found out really early on. And so when they started hammering on me for that is when I got angry. Like I was mad. And I kind of, me and Tyra got into it a little bit. I shouldn't have done that, but I was fresh. I was starting to catch on to what was going on. And then they were making me to be this person. And I was mad about it. So yeah, when I found that out almost, I think it was, we were on the bus, as a matter of fact, when we first got there in New York, is when me and her, actually, I talked to Camille first. Me and Camille actually were kind of, the first to talk. And I wouldn't say we were close or friends, but I didn't have a problem with her mm-hmm. then. So, yeah, I think there was just a struggle internally. I don't know that to be true as far as Katie, but yeah, she was young, just trying to figure things out. But yeah, I think there was a lot she didn't want shown. Mm-hmm. Which I get.
Next is Sarah. You're doing a good job, by the way.
Oh, good. Oh, Lord. Like my mouth is like all dry. I get that way when I get nervous. I'm like, oh gosh, okay, who was talking about Sarah? Beautiful, stunning girl. She was cool. I liked her. She was reserved. But I got that. Like, I'm not a person to trust people immediately either. I could see she would sit back and observe, which I should have done more of and kept my mouth shut. She was stunning. I mean, her bone structure, I mean, she was just beautiful. And I know that she, I think everybody knew. I mean, she made it very clear. I mean, she was, Sports Illustrated was her thing. That's what she, got her into the whole modeling stuff, and but that was her dream. But no, she was fine. She was cool. I mean, honestly, I can see myself picking it with her as an adult now. I don't think they cared for me too much back then. I don't blame them though.
Next on the list is Camille.
Look, here's the thing. I actually, it's funny. You stop it. You stop it, because I actually did it. What was it? God, I did a reel, and I didn't post it. I did a reel the other day after I watched her interview. Oh God, it was like 2 hours. And I mean, love you, but I don't know if I heard you talk that much. I had to just cut it off after a certain point. I was like, oh Lord, I can't do it. I would just to sum it up, because I'm trying to behave here. I'm hearing my husband say in the back of my head, be the bigger person here. God dang it. It's just exhausting. And here's the thing though. I mean, if she would take all of it down at, like, I was gonna say a notch, but maybe like 10 notches, I think she would, there's a lot to like there. I mean, she's beautiful. I mean, of course, obviously. But there is a real person there, but you almost can't even really get to that. It's beneath all this facade of, and whether it's true or not, I shouldn't have said fake. I think I called her fake. But I guess the real word would have been exhausting. I mean, she was just a lot. I mean, extra was not a word then. So now it's a part of our, she was extra. I mean, and I think most people would agree. But I mean, I think she's actually really cool. Like I said, she was probably one of the first people that I talked to on the bus. We weren't allowed to talk to each other. So me and her were writing notes to each other back and forth and trying to get like the scoop on each other, and I actually kind of hit it off with her right away. But that's also when we weren't allowed to talk to each other. So I think as soon as the talking was allowed, it was like, whoa, she threw like everything at us. I honestly don't remember many other people talking on the bus. I don't know that there was really space to talk. So I don't know. She was a lot. But you know what? She was there to win. So that I give her props for. She, I was surprised by her interview, to be honest with you. I was thinking she would be a little more, like we were talking about. I mean, when you see yourself on TV, it's whoa. I mean, it's like it's a lot. And I thought she would have came on being a little more, I don't know. What is the word I'm looking for? Not apologetic, but just more of like, oh my God, I can't believe I was,
more aware.
Yes. And how dumb, I mean, look, we'll get to this in a minute, but there was a moment with Joanna and Camille, and I mean, I was just dying. I couldn't help myself. I was being messy. I was being so shady. Well, I wasn't shady because I was doing it. We were doing it right in front of her, but I guess it still can be shady. But it was just a lot. It was a lot. I'm exhausted just thinking about it, trying to even like put it into words. And I've been thinking about this for like 2 or 3 days since we were going to interview the last time, and I got sick. So, which is why I sound nasally still. So sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that for now.
Okay, Camilla's lit. Like
I can't. She is.
The 5 a.m. phone calls, the 11 o'clock phone calls, the text messages, the random flowers I get from time to time. Camille McDonald is lit. Like, she is lit. She is an experience. Like,
she is. And then part of me kind of appreciates that. You know what I mean? Like, own it. And if anybody loves extra, I do love extra. But I mean, this was like a whole nother level extra of like, you needed a nap after you had a conversation with her. It was just so, and you don't even know what's real and what's not. And not that I even care. And I still don't care. I just take all that away. I feel like you could still be extra and be Camille, but there was just a whole other layer of just nonsense. It was just, you couldn't get to the real person. And that, I think that was what caused a lot of distance between the girls. That and the walking around in the lingerie and all that, so you couldn't film, and the the overbearingness of taking over every moment possible, wouldn't allow anybody to get a second in. And I mean, it was a lot, but I think just not showing her true self, although maybe that really is her truth. I don't know. I've just gone in circles. So next person.
April.
Who?
April.
Oh, April. She's sweet. I mean, she's, I guess, the girl you'd want to bring home to mom, right? Like, smart, very intelligent, beautiful body, beautiful bone structure. Yeah. No. I just looked at your face. You're like, wait. I just realized I left you hanging there. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Oh, I thought something happened. I was like, wait, what happened?
Well, it was just like honestly, the only thing that I remember about her, well, I mean, besides that she was just very reserved. She would just break out in yoga poses everywhere. Everywhere we went, it was just a yoga pose. It was just, and I remember thinking, wait a minute, she's like, I've got to lean out. And I'm thinking, girl, you are lean. Like, if anybody needs to be, they call me plus size, okay? Like, I should be doing, but I mean, it was just like the most bizarre. Look, I'm all about yoga, health, not that I do any of it, but you know what I mean? Like, you want to do it, great, good for you. I think it's a good thing. I probably need to do it now that I'm older. Stress reasons. I hear you, Brody. Stop. You know, we're waiting in line to do something. She's over there, you know, breasting that legs and doing unusual poses, stretches, just at the most awkward times. But you know, whatever. I don't care.
Next one is Shandy.
Okay, so this is, I'm glad. Thank you. I actually love Shandy, and I actually have no problem with her there. Now, this is something I do want to say up front. That was the only thing, well, no, there's probably a few other things that I regretted from that show. I am so mad at myself, and I have been for years, and I think I apologized to her at the reunion, or the UPN thing we did in New York. I don't even know what it was, but anyways. She was cool, but yeah, she was definitely, I don't say uncomfortable with herself, but I guess maybe unsure of herself. But she was another one who made it very clear that she was, you know, this was not her world. You know what I mean? This was not something she had ever done before or was familiar with. So I think that just made her a little more reserved in that sense. But a beautiful girl. And the comment that I made about her was so mean and so ugly, and I hated it. And I believe I'm almost positive I apologized to her. Did I just go out? Why did it get dark? Okay. All right. Let me get out. How do you get the things off? The
Tyra, we bind you from doing harm to yourself, harm to others, and harm to our Wi-Fi. Tyra, we bind you. Tyra, we bind you. Tyra, we bind you. Tyra, we bind you. Tyra, we bind you from doing harm to yourself, harm to others, harm to our Wi-Fi. Tyra, we bind you from doing harm to yourself, harm to others, and harm to our Wi-Fi. Tyra, the spirit got me running. Hold on, let's see if we can get her back in here. Not Camille, we bind you. Kano, I see you. I'm currently working right now. I'm texting Madison as we speak. But I'm working right now, so I can't help at this moment, but I will help when I can. Y'all see, I'm always working. It's always happening. I think she may come back. She's back!
I don't know what that was, but anyways. Yeah, what were we talking about?
Shandy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was, she's cool. I like her. Your interview with her, I loved too. I thought that was awesome.
Oh, I think that was the one that, like,
you were into it. You two were like,
yeah, I was so shocked that I was actually I was just shocked. I was like, this is good. Like, I'm doing this right now.
You two were like two little peas in a pod, for sure. Have you gone and seen her?
I have not been to New York City yet. I have not been to New York before the pandemic. But hopefully this summer, I can see her. Give me 1 second. Kano, I've already spoken to Madison. Thank you. So yeah, hopefully I can see her this summer. See all of them this summer. All the New York models. Hopefully.
That'd be cute. That'd be cool. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Next, Mercedes.
Yeah, she's I liked her. She said I was loud, I think, or I don't even remember, which I probably was, honestly. No, I liked her. I liked her a lot. I mean, she's easy. She was just easy. You know, she had a good sense of humor. She was easy to talk to. I mean, she was cool.
And the winner, Joanna.
I loved her. I liked her almost from the, you know, after talking for a little bit. I mean, obviously, yeah, I liked her almost from the get-go, and she is just stunning. I mean, you knew that she had it. She had it. Whatever it was, she had it. So, yeah, and here's the thing, and I think you got a little bit of this too. But if you know her, and I don't know her. Okay, it's not like we're like buddies and stuff and all that afterwards. I mean, we haven't talked since then, but being with her for a couple of days, you kind of get a sense of humor. You know, you get the feel for a person, or even just talking with them for a little bit. You know, you're pretty intuitive. You can read people a little bit, not to read, but you know, she is witty. I mean, she's funny, and if you don't know her, you wouldn't know that what she's doing or what she's saying.
You offended.
Yes, but
Joanna is funny. Joanna is funny. I haven't spoken to her in a long time, and actually, this makes me want to reach out. So I'm going to text her. But Joanna is funny.
She is, and she's like that quietly funny. She can play it off. She plays it off. She can keep a straight face while doing something that she knows is shady. And I think that's what makes it so hysterical for me. I'm like, oh my God, I see what you're doing, and I'm here for it. I think it's great. And but no, I liked her. I thought she was awesome. But yeah, she was there to win. I mean, and she had, like I said, she had made all the lifestyle changes. I mean, she was all about it, and she was definitely the healthiest eater in the house. That's for sure.
Did you see my chat with April, Mercedes, and I brought on Shandy and Joanna? Talk about epic failure.
I was gonna say awkward. Oh my! When I heard, let's talk about the pink elephant in the room, I was like, oh, we're gonna go there. Oh, and here's Joanna thinking there's not a problem, and April's bringing it up, even though apparently they had reached out and squashed it. And I was just like, and here you are. I could see. Well, it's funny because I didn't quite realize at the time that you were bringing everybody on. And I could see you smiling and typing. You can hear your little clack, 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 and you're smiling. But I could tell it wasn't to what they were saying. So I knew something was going on behind the scenes. I was dying. And then they came on, and then it got awkward. And then I was like, are we going to save this? Please bring somebody else on because we need a distraction from this madness. I don't know how you did that. Oh, my God.
Shandy saved it.
I would have died.
Well, and, you know, and I had reached out because I had reached out to April and Mercedes. They said they wanted to do theirs together. Okay, cool. And so normally in the past, when I'm doing multiple people from the same cycle, I try to bring a person on, you know, just as a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I had asked both of them. I had asked everybody, but in discreet ways. I was like, you know, do you still have any problems with anybody on the cycle?
Right.
You know, if I brought anybody on, you know, just, you know, whatever. Everyone was like, no, everything is fine. Everything is cool. Da, 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 da. So when
did we know?
So when started, like talking about Joanna, if you notice, like I'm like smiling, and then I just like stop what I'm doing because Joanna and Shandy are in the background the entire time. Like y'all couldn't see them, but I could see them, and they're just listening, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do right now.
Like a little piece of me died inside when it happened. I was like, hold on, this is gonna go bad real quick. I don't even know how it got saved. I think. And then, yeah. Anyways, yeah, it was good. it didn't go the way as planned, but I thought it was very interesting and very riveting, right? Riveting TV. No, she was like, and Joanna's over there like, well, tell me what I said. I don't remember what I said. Tell me what I said. I was like, oh, Lord. It's going to go bad. I don't remember. You'll have to watch it. Well, I don't want to watch it. Tell me. I was like, ooh, Lord. Okay. We don't have to breathe. I think I even had to take a minute myself. I was like, ooh, we got to pause a minute. I got to come back. But I think, yeah, y'all saved, whoever, somebody saved it. I don't even remember what happened, but I remember we got off the subject. It lingered a little longer than I thought it was going to, but we moved on.
Next on the list.
Good try, Oliver.
Miss J. Alexander. Thank you.
It's funny because I always have to pause. I'm like, wait, which J? Okay. Miss J. She's awesome. Funny. No, a pro. She knows what she's doing. She can work it, and she has a way of telling you, I think anybody can take criticism. It's just the way that you say it or do it. And she just had a way of saying what needed to be said, but it wasn't so just ugly about it, I guess, like some of the others. So, no, I thought she was awesome. I need those legs, though.
Mr. J. Manuel.
Didn't see too much of him. Other than just running around on set. And I think I did catch a piece of y'all's interview, and it shed light for me and made a lot more sense of why it seemed so chaotic and uncoordinated while I was there. But he kind of confirmed that, yeah, nothing was really, he was the gopher, basically. He was going and getting everything, doing everything. And I see why he did seem fed up at times, or, and nothing major. Not like he a meltdown or flip out or anything like that. You could just tell that he was doing a lot. I don't think I quite realized it at the time until I watched the interview with him, of how much he was really running around behind the scenes and trying to get things set up and done. So, but yeah, there wasn't too much interaction with him, but it was fine.
Okay. Next on the list, breathe, is Eric Nicholson.
Do we have to? Whatever. Whatever. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Yeah, I don't know. There's no interaction with them, so I don't really know anything other than what I saw on TV. So. Or, obviously I heard his feedback at the time, but yeah. What was the magazine he was in, Teen, or what was it? Something I don't even remember. At the time, I remember thinking, I don't even know what this magazine is, but okay, you're here. Anyway, so.
Next on the list is Janice Dickinson.
Okay, well. It's funny because I went in idolizing Tyra, and not a big fan of Janice. Janice, though, actually, but now I'm starting to wonder, after seeing a couple of the girls say the same thing, I'm starting to wonder, was there more going on here than what it appeared to be? Because I thought she was awesome, and she's a lot. But like I said, I like extra. I don't mind extra, and she was a good extra. Well, with me anyways, or from what I'd seen. So 9/11, we were doing, I think, interviews in the building that was next to the towers. This was after the World Trade Center, but I think Sarah was up in an interview. Me, and I want to say it was Heather, were downstairs in the lobby waiting to go up to be interviewed. And Janice came down, sat at the table next to us. At the time, it seemed all very just coincidence, right? and she looks over at us. She's like, oh, or, aren't y'all on the show or whatever? And then we realized, she had the big shades on or whatever. And honestly, we probably knew who it was when she sat down. I don't remember. I'm always weird around people who, have a name for themselves. I feel like I don't want to bother them. That's so annoying. But she just kind of started talking. It was just, she was giving some advice, just, stick it out, don't take anything too harshly. It is what it is kind of thing. And I mean, she was just very sweet and, telling us positive things and good things about us. And, I mean, she was cool then, but now listening to some of the other interviews, she apparently had some of these run-ins with the other girls. So I'm like, oh, okay. So, and isn't she, I should know this. Maybe I don't know. Now I'm gonna put you on the spot. Wasn't she like somehow involved with the creation of the show?
I don't think so, nah.
Oh, okay. Well then okay. So I don't know if she was trying to do that to go and play the good guy with everybody, or if she really felt that there was. Have you done an interview with Janice Dickinson? Because I think that would be interesting too. No, that would be crazy.
I'm like, okay, in real life.
Are you scared?
I'm like this close. I'm like this close. So I'm just being patient. Just being patient. Just waiting.
Have you reached out?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I would be interested. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how honest that would be. I mean, I don't know what all she could or couldn't say. But anyways, but no, I thought she was awesome. She is extra, but I don't mind that. I don't mind. She is, again, she's a say it like it is type of person, and I appreciate that. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me. I don't care. Whether it's good, bad, ugly, you don't like me, that's fine. I don't care. It's just the way you say it. Mm-hmm. So she was cool. And actually, after I got eliminated, she ran out. And I think I heard she did this to another girl. So I'm like, was this just her stick? I mean, I don't know what. She ran out after me. And she could tell I was pissed. I think there's a meme of me, and I'm just sitting there like blinking after they said I was eliminated. And that was me just holding back every horrible thing I wanted to say. But she ran out after me and was like, that should not have happened. You were not supposed to go. That is not what I voted. And she was, I mean, it was like, and then, of course I was just devastated, but I partially was ready to go. And I also knew I was about to go, I think, because me and Tyra just got into kind of an altercation the night before. So I was not super surprised, and I have a feeling that was something that was forced. I'm sure I was supposed to go. I don't think I was supposed to win by any means, and I think, like I said, Joanna should have won. But I feel like I probably wasn't planned to go that soon, but because of the little tiff between me and Tyra, I think that was kind of pushed forward, which is fine. Like I said, I'm glad, looking back, I'm glad I left sooner than later. I just didn't want to give them any more ammo. But yeah, I was shocked at that she ran out afterwards and saying that was not the way that should have gone. And that was an interesting thing. But I had nothing but good things to say about her, which is unusual because I didn't think that going in.
Last but not least, Tyra Banks.
Oh, stop. You're going to have to talk about it, but I still feel like it's just funny because I really have not talked about this since it filmed. Like, it just, like, when it was done, I was like, it didn't happen. I'm going to move on like nothing happened. And so I really haven't talked about it. And it's funny because I was like, let me watch the 2 shows I was on to remember what we're doing. And it brought up a lot of emotion that I was surprised that I'm like, after 20 years or 18, whatever it is, a long time, I was surprised that it still bothered me. But I guess it's just because I never really addressed it, I guess, or talked about it, or anyways. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. There's pros and cons. I appreciate the businesswoman that she is. I think she is stunning. I think she's beautiful. I think she knows that, and that's okay. Confidence is great. But there was, just a lack of being genuine and wanting to be, I guess, maybe I just expected too much, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I expected her to be a little bit of a mentor there and kind of like helping all of us and giving us advice, which she did to most of the girls. But when it came to me, it was just like, nope, figure it out. And I was just like, and when I got that response, that's when I kind of just like snapped back. I was like, oh, okay, we're going to do this. All right. Okay. So yeah, I think I was just very disappointed. I think, yeah.
Was you from like conception?
Was she what from conception?
Was she that way towards you from the beginning?
No. No. No, I would say no. But again, we didn't really talk with her or have really much interaction. She came into the house one time, and that's when she gave us the necklaces. No. I wanted nothing to do with it afterwards. I know that sounds so bad, because it was a piece of, it was my life, I guess, at a point. But it just, yeah, I didn't have good thoughts about it for a very long time. But that seemed very ingenuine. It just seemed like, I'm like, let me come on and act like I'm supporting and mentoring your girls. And that, I think, is actually when she sat down with each of us and gave everybody one-on-one advice and talked with them. And that was the part where I was kind of irritated how they edited it. But of course, I mean, it's only an hour-long show or whatever it is. But yeah, she was talking about, the fact that I have bigger chest, and I asked her point blank. I said, well, I know, you do too, which is one of the reasons I thought you would be more of a mentor and more advice on how to, like, you know what I mean? Like, and she was just like, well, you just need to figure it out. And I was just like, so you don't have any advice on this? You, out of all people, should have advice. I mean, you're full figured too, I mean, you're no waif. I mean, I seem to be in the same category that you're putting me in as you. So I was just shocked that she said, yeah, but they don't show any of that. So they just showed the snippet they showed of me, which is another reason I was just really irritated at it, was that it just kind of showed me like having an attitude, like snapping at her, like as if there wasn't the precursor to it. You know what I mean?
Wait, Beth, you told Tyra that she was full size?
I don't know if, I don't know if I said full size, but no, I definitely was saying, you're curvy. You got tatas too. Like, help me out here, girlfriend. Like, what do we do with these things? Like, I don't know where, what do we, I mean, and I also knew that, from the naked photo shoot or whatever, just how they did me, was just, how do you want me to work around this when you're kind of setting me up to fail, is the gist of what the conversation was. And yes, I did say that, you out of all people should be able to give me advice or mentor, if this is your only issue with me and you're here to kind of help all of us and give us advice on how to, work with it and whatever. I just thought you would have more to say about this and to help me. How do you hide that? Or even more so, and this is something I did say, not verbatim, but it basically was, I was really irritated that they kept bringing it up. At this point, I was like, almost furious, because for me, it was like, I have seen y'all in like five different cities. You've seen me in a swim, y'all had us do swimsuits. You've had us do, I don't even know, serious psychological tests. I mean, like, you've gone through all these cities, all these tests, all these, basic photo shoots or whatever. You have all of our physicals with all of our measurements. You know exactly what I look like, which is why I'm here. Why am I here if this is a problem for you guys? Like, and that was the moment that I knew that I was here to play a part, and I was here to be a character, and that was my role, to be the full-figured, girly mad girl, and it pissed me off. It made me really mad. You pulled me away from my home and my family and my friends. I still have bills to pay, and your little $50 per diem is not cutting my bills. And you have me suffering over here, not feeding me for long periods of time, not letting us get sleep on purpose to create your drama for your show, which I get. But again, had I known this up front, I probably would have agreed to do it. You know what I mean? But not knowing and thinking that you really had a chance, I think was the most heartbreaking part for me. And I would guess for some of the other girls who kind of realized that this wasn't a real opportunity. And that was the most frustrating part. And the fact that she wasn't willing to mentor me or to give me advice, but to just criticize me in just almost the most harshest way. Not even trying to empathize. Hey, look, I get it. You know what I do when I have a situation where, I'm in a shoot like this is, I turn a certain way, or it was very weird. But yeah, she didn't like that I had, and I'm sure, a lot of celebrities, they don't get people who talk back to them. They get the yes ma'am, the yes sir people around them all the time. So they're not used to people saying anything back to whatever they say. It's just, oh, okay, great, thank you. It's so amazing, beautiful, I love it. And I wasn't that, and that pissed her off. And it was clear. She was mad. She was mad. I don't blame her, but at the same time, you got to understand what you're doing. I mean, we are real people.
Do you remember any of her rebuttals towards you during this interaction?
It was all very, it was almost like 3 words. It was like very matter of fact, like, well, you got to figure it out. I mean, and I'm doing but it was kind of, that was the gist. That was the very, gosh.
She did tell you that you need to work on your attitude.
Well, because she didn't like that I had something to say to her, and I wasn't, yes, ma'am. And I'm looking back, yes, I should have been definitely a little more respectful. But I was frustrated. At this point, I knew what was going on, and I didn't like the light that they were trying to put me in, and I didn't like that y'all knew that I was a full-figured girl, even though I was like a size 0 or 2 at the time. But yes, I did have, I don't even say the words. I feel like that's all that I heard on the show with me. But I knew that y'all knew that. Y'all knew that. And I was pissed. Why am I here? If this was a problem for you guys, why am I here? And not paying rent now because, you're not paying anything. We're all losing money. But, I knew that. We signed up for that. It's all in the 1,000-page contract. So, I mean, but it was just frustrating when you realize that you've given up a lot. And to realize that this was never really an opportunity. Yeah, I'm pissed. Like, and I can't. I'm not a person who can hide my feelings very well. I thought I would get better at that as I got older. Not so much.
I forgot someone, and I'm so sorry. I forgot to ask you about Nigel Barker, his first season on Top Model. That's good.
He's an amazing photographer. I liked him. He was on set. He was very, the photo shoot. Again, outside of if they were actually at the actual photo shoot, can't even talk. There wasn't a whole lot of interaction with them. But yeah, he was professional. He was very, he was easy to work with. He gave easy directions, even though there were directions that I knew in my heart were not going to be the best for me, but you do it because you think they know best and that they're the professionals. But he was, he was easy to get along with. He's a good photographer.
I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts on Ken Mock?
I actually liked him and Anthony. I thought they were both, like, honestly, I wish I would have just kicked it with them the whole time instead of the rest of the mess. But I thought they were cool. I liked them.
Ken Mock, the executive producer guy.
Yeah. Why? What have we heard something else?
I'm just asking. I've never met him. I don't know.
Okay. Why has there been beef said about them? Like, what did they say?
You know what? It's really, this is the first time I've heard someone say Anthony's name, but it's always like hit or miss when it comes to Ken. Some people really like Ken. Some people really don't like Ken.
Interesting.
I'm just hear people's take on Ken.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I find it hard to believe that somebody doesn't. Whatever. Yeah, I find it hard to believe somebody doesn't like him. I thought he was just like the nicest, coolest. Yeah. Anyways.
But this is what's so dope, and I always tell my viewing friends, this is what's so dope, that it's so many people, you know, different people have different experiences, and depending
Yes.
on the vantage point, the viewpoint, like one thing could read totally different to someone else, or someone can have a totally different experience that someone else had. The only experience that's kind of universal is that Miss J is the GOAT. Like, she's the greatest of all time. That's the general. It's probably been like one or two. It's really been like maybe one or two people who may not have been on the Miss J train, but universally Miss J gets praise from everybody.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not? Fabulous. Huh. Okay.
Well, that is the end of Top Model Roll Call. You did a fabulous job. Now I'm going to ask you some of the fan questions about your time on the show. Some of these you've already answered, so excuse me if I pause because I'm reading them in real time, and I
You're
will
fine.
ask over. So this is from Instagram. They want to know, have you seen my other chats with Janasha, Sarah, Camille, April, Shandy, Mercedes, Joanna, which you said you did. What were your thoughts on, like, what stood out from those chats to you?
I was surprised that a lot of them felt the same way that I did. I thought, you know, for a long time, I thought, you know, obviously leaving so early, you think that you just have negative feelings about it because of that, or that the way that I went, or the issue that I had with Tyra. I thought that that I just saw things differently, and to hear that a lot of them thought the same thing that I always have, that it was all kind of pre-planned, and that we all had roles to play, and that we were chosen for these specific roles. That shocked me. I was surprised. I was not surprised, but I was. That doesn't make any sense. I know. But I think that was the one thing that stood out to me. I was also kind of surprised. I mean, who doesn't like me? I mean, come on. I was surprised that, no, I'm just kidding. I was surprised that some of them were not, like, I don't know, a little, well, I don't know.
Okay.
The roll call, when it came to me, I was surprised how they were not super, well, I did just the responses, I guess. I was surprised. I didn't realize that I rubbed them wrong.
Mm-hmm. Next on the next question is, this is from Kel Pike LPO, and they're saying, hi Bethanny, do you remember anything interesting about casting week? Cycle 2 did not have a casting episode.
We sure didn't, did we? Did they for the rest of them?
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think of something. I'm digging here. I'm digging in my brain. Interesting from casting. No, I mean, it was all pretty standard. I mean, it seemed, I mean, sorry, that's my dog. I think it was, no, I mean, nothing super interesting. I mean, it was kind of standard casting, you know, you go and wait in these long lines, and then the psychological tests, those were, I don't know how many times it asked if we were like harmful to animals. I was just like, what is it? I mean, okay, no. But I mean, I guess that's a thing. I just didn't realize, yeah, how prevalent that was. But no, I mean, nothing super interesting or super crazy, or just kind of standard. Go through the waiting period and the wait in the lines, and then you get in front of them. They ask questions, you talk, but that probably seemed the most organized and less chaotic thing out of the whole thing. The show seemed less organized.
Ramon wants to know, was there anything we didn't see about the house confrontation against Camille?
Okay, so this was kind of the thing I was talking about earlier. Hold on. What's up here? What is up here? I don't know if I need more light or not. Sometimes. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Camille you didn't see because there was so much there, and there just wasn't enough time. But I mean, everything, you know, I guess everybody knows what I think everybody has known somebody who is just like, I call him a one-upper. Whatever you've done, I've done better, or, you know, it's just, everything is very self-centered and very self-serving, which again, like she says, and I agree, you know, it's about fashion, not friends. We were all there for a contest. It wasn't about, you know, making life friends there. So for that, yes, but there, I mean, it was just a lot. And there, yes, there is a lot that wasn't shown, but it was just, she was constantly, it was all about her. Anytime something happened, I mean, she was just, she would take over everything, or if she didn't want them to film, she would walk around and, you know, taking away from other people who were trying to film or trying to get something done. She would walk around and things so that they couldn't film, and almost to like just bring the spotlight back to her. It was it was just a lot. But again, I actually think she's a cool chick. If she would just take all that down just a little bit, like, I don't need to know how many houses you have, or how many places you've been, or what you've all done, or within first 5 minutes of knowing you. I mean, let's just have a conversation, and then, you know, if those things come up, great, absolutely, I'm here to support. You know, you go, girl. But it was a lot. And then I have a FedEx package that's showing up, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So she was going off one time. Camille was going off about something, and she knows all these big time attorneys or something. You know what, Joanna would probably, I don't know if she would even remember either, but and Joanna's like, really? Well, I've never heard of that attorney here in New York. What's his name again? So she goes and gets the phone book out, and she's like going through the phone book, right? She's about to like just call her out, and I'm like, oh shit. Let me go get her. Let me get I'm here for it. I'm watching, right? And and then, you know, Camille just starts stumbling over whatever she was saying, and she's saying the same. Well, then it was like the backtracking of everything of like, he doesn't need to be in the phone book because I know phone book. Isn't that weird to think that phone books were a thing? He's not in there because he's so big, he doesn't need to be in the phone book, and da 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 da. And so then all the pieces started to come together for me, where it was like, okay, we're not fully telling the truth here. This is, but I thought it was hysterical. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. But I was there, sitting there for it all, of course. I think I was hiding behind a curtain, a window curtain, because I was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't see this, but I want to hear it. I want to hear what's going on. But yeah, Joanna called her out, and Camille was just going in circles about it and wasn't making any sense. And I think at that point, we all kind of knew that something's not adding up.
Well, Gap070 is asking, during Mark Valdo's time, we're given the longest and most difficult to walk in. Do you think this was a ploy to get you out, or to get you to stumble and support going home?
Okay, you're going to kill me because I would know that was a long question, but you're cutting out. Say it again.
So, oh no, you're fine. So it says, during the Carmen Mark, we're given the longest and most difficult dress to walk in. Do you think this was a ploy to get you to stumble and support the narrative of you going home?
That's interesting, actually. I don't know. Maybe. Because this was after the conversation with Tyra. And I knew my time was very limited at that point. So now looking back, I hadn't thought about that. I wouldn't be surprised. But I also know that some of the girls had some other, and that is that's not super uncommon in a fashion show, or, you know, runway, or to have things that don't fit. You have to make it work, and you have to go with it. Because I know there was one girl, I think, that had shoes that were way too big, so she was having to like clomp down the thing. I would say I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. But I thought it was interesting that I think he was the one who actually liked my walk. Mm-hmm. Maybe one of the only people who did. I think he said I was maybe graceful, or I was, I don't know. But yeah, he was one of the few that actually said, Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was a setup or not. Wouldn't be surprised though.
For your Steve Madden shoes photo shoot, the judges chose your best photo and criticized. Wait. The judges chose your best photo, or you guys chose your best photo?
Well, this is interesting. So we chose our photos. However, I know that they. Yeah. No, we chose our photos, but I know that before they had been where they were. Somebody admitted that they would choose the best photo from the girls' shoot, and it was not the best photo from the shoot. So, but yes, that one was. I think we did choose that.
Hmm.
So, what was the question?
Yeah, this is a fan question. I'm trying to make sure he wrote it. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. So he says, for your Steve Madden shoes photo, the judges chose your best photo and criticized you for not arching your back enough and sticking your booty out more. Do you think that this criticism was fair, considering that Tyra had just told you in your one-on-one with her that you need to pose different in order to not appear so sexy?
I don't even need to hear the rest of the question because this was probably like my biggest breaking point, which is right after, of course I got eliminated, and I'm sitting there like, and I'm thinking in my head bad words and like, no, you didn't. Like, this is really what you're going to say. No, I 100% agree. I think if I'm reading that or if I heard that correctly. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a complete hypocritical, like, so you're telling me I'm posing too girly mag in the first shoot, right? Even though y'all chose to pose me in a way that was not favorable to me, and I knew that at the time, and I wasn't going along with the direction. So then you go get these other things and chains and things that hang off my arms, or I have to hold them up and out and look crazy, and I knew I did. And then that, and then after her telling me, well, you've just got to find a way to hide them or something. I'm like, well, how are you going to have a whole career where you're hiding the top half of your body? That's insane. And so again, all of these pieces are coming together for me. And I'm like, okay, this is not a real, like, this is, okay. And then, yeah, when I went in, then they're like, oh, well, you didn't pose. You should have had your, your butt in the air more and more of an arch in your back and should have been more girly mag. Although that was just what I was criticized for. Oh, 100%. I was blown away. I was shocked. I think a lot of that standing there afterwards, after I was eliminated, was like, what, did I miss what? I wasn't surprised again because I just had the confrontation with Tyra, but I was shocked that was the response to, like, because in that picture, I was actually had my hands in front of my chest trying to cover my chest because that's what they were saying I needed to do, which I thought was bizarre because Tyra can have a career with a chest. Why can't anybody else? And y'all knew this beforehand, so why am I being criticized for this? Why did y'all bring me here to criticize me on national television for this? I just thought it was so weird. But yes, 100%, that was BS.
You heard it here, folks.
Whew, that was a lot. Whew. Need another drink of water.
Okay, you already kind of talked about your interaction with Tyra. I'm still going to read it out, and if you have any final words about it. So they said in your one-on-one with Tyra in episode 2, you said to her, if y'all can't stop looking at my tits and start looking at the talent, like, I'm not going to sit here and be criticized over the same thing. In the review episode shown later in the cycle, they finally showed Tyra's response. I suggest you lay off the attitude. It's not necessary. I'm here to help you. I believe in each and every one of you, but everybody has a flaw, and everybody needs to work on that, and that's your job. No model is perfect. None. During Tyra's words, the camera showed you smiling and looking a bit over it. Do you think that your comments, the way you delivered them, had anything to do with your elimination later on in the episode?
100% yes. Yes. But again, it was because she was giving advice to the other girls of how to fix their flaws. And yes, nobody is perfect. Everybody has flaws. But I thought that's what you were here to mentor us for and to help us with. And you, out of all people who have a similar issue, not an issue, but a similar, frame, would be the perfect person to give me advice on how to make them look minimized in photos, right? I mean, everybody knows photos adds 10 pounds, they say. You would be the perfect person to give me advice, and you gave me nothing to work with. But when another girl comes in and their flaw, whatever it was, oh, well, this is how maybe you do this, or maybe you can stand this way, or maybe you, whatever it was. I don't remember other people's things, but I remember her giving advice to everybody else. And it was just me. She had nothing to say, and it was disheartening for me.
Can you think of a reason why she didn't give you advice? I would love to ask her. I don't know why. Maybe that was my time to go in their plan. You know what I mean? Part of me feels like I wasn't supposed to go that soon, but I probably was going to go early on. I mean, definitely way before the first half of the people. I mean, the first half of contestants. So yeah, maybe it was just a way to piss me off. I don't know. Is there any photo shoot from the cycle you wish you would have done?
Oh yeah. Well, not the one where they were dangling over nothing. Although I would have done it. When they went to, what was it, Milan? Mm-hmm. I thought those were stunning photos, just the scenery, the background, the dresses. The Sephora one, of course. Mm-hmm. But I mean, who could trump Joanna's photo in that one? My God, it's like iconic. It would have been fun to do. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think what else they did.
Would you have wanted to participate in the Shake Your Body music video? Shake your body. You could have shook your...
You better stop. You better stop right now. Well, that would have given them more ammo against me, okay? No. And yeah, that was not... I know y'all think that was... Okay, you know what? Whatever. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion. It was not... You stop it.
I like that song.
Stop it. Okay, well, good for you. I heard it, but didn't it make like top of something, right?
It topped nothing except for the top of the garbage. But I like the song.
Okay, well, everybody can have their opinion. Actually, it did have a little catchy little beat. But yeah, she was reaching. She was trying too much. Mm-hmm.
Did you walk the final runway in Milan?
No. Mm-mm. I went home.
Gotcha.
Home.
How was being sequestered?
Hell. It was awful. It was, you can't even leave the room to get ice at the ice bin at the end of the hotel, where the floor you're on. You can't leave the room. You don't have a phone. You can't talk to anybody. You can't do anything. Sitting out, looking out the window, looking at all the people walking around New York having fun. I'm up here locked up like a little prisoner. But of course, I mean, that's part of, although they did let me and Anna go home, where I found out that everybody else was stuck there for the rest of the entire time.
So they let you and Anna go home. Oh.
Mm-hmm. I was losing it. I was mad. I don't think they wanted to deal with me much more. And I don't blame them. I didn't want to deal with them.
Steph Redhead is saying, hey, Bethanny, Oliver always asks the contestants what they say to Tyra Banks if they were standing in front of her. But I want to know what you'd say to Eric Nicholson if you were standing in front of him right now.
I don't know. I really don't know. That would have to be, oh my gosh. Like I would need a moment to think about it. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I have that much to say. Yeah. Do I think his comments were, well, you know what? I mean, that's what he was there to do. In all fairness, I mean, he was there to judge these pictures. And yes, that picture was hideous. Wait, was he the one? Was he the Blue Smurf one, or was he the Steve Madden one?
No, I think Eric Nicholson was was a judge the entire cycle.
Oh, he was?
Don't go confusing me.
You might be right.
I think Eric Nicholson was there the whole season. Yes, that's my final answer.
Okay. Oh, yes, that's my final answer. Whatever. I mean, he has his opinions. He's allowed to have them. Whatever. I don't know. I know that was not as exciting as we thought that was going to be, right?
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. Right. So, like, what did you do after the show? Did you try to model? What happened? What?
Oh, no. Well, okay, so first of all, we got sent home. Like I said, me and Anna were the only two, which I didn't know at the time, that went home. But you're not allowed to go to work. You're not allowed to be in public. You're not allowed to be seen. So pretty much I was locked up in my house, in my apartment for, at least 4 weeks, maybe more, until it finished filming. So it was not a good time for me. I mean, it was depressing. Like it was tough. And then to realize all of that stuff that we talked about afterwards, it was like, I can't believe they just did me dirty like that. Like, and how did I just not know this, but of course you don't. And I remember actually watching a real world expose after this. And I think that was the first time somebody spoke about how reality TV was found. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it was news to me then. Now it's not surprising to anybody, but I think that was in the moment when I felt like, you know what? Okay, I'm not crazy. Well, a little bit, you know what I mean? But who isn't? But it was like, okay, you know what? I don't care. Let's move on. And no, I didn't do anything modeling after that.
Okay. And so nowadays, I know you have a family, you're married.
All that, yes, I know.
Yeah.
I got two twin girls, 4 years old, and married, and just living the mom life over here, just exhausted as hell all days, every day.
Are you just I won't say just a housewife, but are you a housewife?
No, yeah, I am. A part of that is that I have, twins are traumatizing. When you don't have any kids and you don't know what you're really getting into until you get into it, having two at once was just a lot. So I would say for like the first 2 years, it was just like I don't even know if I remember a lot of it. It was a lot for me. And I think for anybody, any twin mom, or any mom, period, any parent, period, it's hard. You don't know until you know, right? Mm-hmm. But one of my daughters, one of the girls was diagnosed with autism about 2. So she is actually in special therapies, and because of that, it's a lot of back and forth to her different therapies. So, and this is Autism Awareness Month, so all things autism, just bringing awareness and making it normal, normalizing it, I think is so beautiful. So I think that kind of has kept me here at the house longer than I had planned to or cared to, because I do like adult interaction sometimes. Mm-hmm. But yes.
And so with it almost being 20 years since Cycle 2, how do you look back on that time, and how do you reconcile that experience that wasn't so great for you?
I don't. That's probably the least healthiest thing to do. Like, I just act like that just didn't happen. No. I don't really put too much thought into it, I think. And then once I kind of realized what was really going on and kind of put all the pieces together after the fact, it is what it is. I was an a-hole for some things. Other things I think got definitely edited inappropriately, and I was angry about that I was just angry about a lot of things for a long time afterwards. But it was very eye-opening. I learned a lot from it. Things that I won't do. I won't let people force me into answers, or to say things, or because you feel like you want to give them what they want because they've brought you out here, and you answer things in a way that you feel like they're trying to get you to answer them. And so I learned a lot from it. I don't really, I guess I don't really put too much thought or effort into it.
Mm-hmm. And my last question, if you were standing before Tyra Banks right now, what would you say?
I wouldn't be standing in front of Tyra Banks right now.
But what if you were? What if you were?
I guess, I mean, yeah, it would be the question of just like, why didn't, for someone who was a similar body type, I guess, why weren't you more of a mentor? Or, I mean, not that I would expect anything more than she gave the other girls, but certainly not to give the extra, or to give less than any of the, why wasn't I given any of those mentoring moments or advice or, yeah, why were you just very dismissive towards me? But honestly, I think it is just they had it planned out, and that was the way it went, and that was just kind of their way to get the narrative that they wanted. So I don't know that, honestly, I don't know that I would, if I was going to ask something, that would be what it was. I don't think I would really care what the answer is, because I don't think, I mean, it doesn't matter at this point, but I don't think she would be honest about it anyways.
Yikes. Well, Bethanny, we are to the end of our chat. Is there anything?
Yay. No, but thank you. I know I was shocked when you reached out. I was like, are you serious? Like, wow. And then I realized, I think maybe you said it, that there was such a, but on the other flip side, to end it on a positive note, because it's not a negative thing. It really isn't. I know I don't have the best things to say about some of it, but it is a part of me. It was a part of my life. But when I heard you, and I don't know why it never occurred to me that way. I guess I didn't realize what a big following it had. Because like I said, after my season, I pretty much I dropped it. It didn't exist to me. I didn't watch anymore. So I didn't really realize how much it had grown and how many people it really like connected with it. Like you were saying that, it was such a huge part of your life and who you were and helped you find a connection with something and someone and a voice and to figure out, what you liked and who you were. And I thought that was beautiful. And so for me, that made, honestly, that was probably one of the best parts of it. Like, and that's 20 years later, I'm finding this out. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, I thought that was amazing. So if it could have helped anybody out and it was positive for anybody else, that I think was great. I think that was something I needed to hear, that it was helpful for somebody.
Yes, and and I think a part of the excitement around all of these top model exposés and articles is that it was such a happy place for so many people. So to see this veil ripped off and the curtain pushed back is shocking for me, and I know so many other people. But it's still my number one favorite. My number 2 favorite show of all time.
And it should be. And to be honest, I mean, it was, it was good for the people that weren't on it, or I shouldn't say for the people. Some people had great experiences. Some of us who didn't, it was not. But it actually was good TV. And to be honest, a lot of the things that they did that I didn't like, I understand the business side of it. I understand that it was there to be a show, and you got to get ratings and audience and excitement somehow. I mean, there's got to be drama somewhere. You can't just have a bunch of duds in a house and expect it to be interesting. You know what I mean? So, that's why they do all the psychological tests, is to make sure that they have all different temperaments, all different types of people, to put them all in a house, to have it all clash. I mean, that was the purpose of it all. So, yeah, I think it actually was a good show.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am so happy that we were able to do this.
I know.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to speak.
Yeah.
And my friends over here in our little corner of the internet, we are so grateful. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, and thank you for having me. And like I said, your followers, your family, your Instagram family, YouTube family, they are so amazing. I've had several of them reach out, and they've mentioned you, and so I know you've got some very, very amazing people on your side. So, and you were like, seriously, the one, you do everything. What don't you do?
Yeah.
What don't you do? Yeah, it's gonna take a while to find something, but I know. I saw you singing. Are you directing? Mm-hmm. Okay, doing interviews over here. Do you have any time left to do anything fun?
You know what? I'm working nowadays to make sure that I take days off to like not do it.
Schedule in a day off.
Yes.
I
It's
did see you try to.
it's just I love what I do. Like what I do doesn't feel like work. Like it feels like life. So like I can do it all day.
You're just a nosy bitch, right? That's what you
I'm
say.
just a nosy bitch that
And I love that.
there's 24 hours. I want to use at least 23.5 of them in my brain. That's how my brain works. I know that's not good. It's not healthy all the
I know.
time.
No, I know what you mean there. Do it while you're young, while you got the energy. Do it. No, but you are amazing, and I do appreciate you reaching out and taking the time. And I saw you on those roller skates too, by the way.
Busting my ass.
Not bad though. You got back up. You got back up.
And I made it look fierce.
You did. I got me some roller skates just because of that. I got me some roller skates. I'm gonna go bust my butt outside today.
Oh, please, I want to see you.
Oh Lord. Well, okay. You know what? I'll do the raw one. I'm gonna practice a little bit. No, anyways. Well, I hope you have a good day, and thank you for rescheduling the third time. But
it's totally fine. Everyone, let's send Bethanny hugs, kisses, all the positive things that we do as we say goodbye to her from giving us an amazing interview on America's Next Top Model Cycle 2.
yay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. And with that, friends, I think Cycle 2 becomes our most interviewed chat. I really do think. Listen, guys, I have to go. My Instacart is like ringing. That's why I've been looking down, trying to make sure I get my groceries for the week. Let me go. Listen, this video will be uploaded to YouTube, as you know. Always, you can find over 100 chats on Top Model on the Oliver Twixt YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe to a bitch's channel. And I'm off, guys. Be nice to each other. Do something nice for yourself and someone else in the world. And when it's all said and done, remember to parade and kegel. Bye.